a very rich Minecraft community. Talk to me about what people can expect today and what you're looking forward to viewers keeping in mind throughout our competition.
Yeah, I mean, I think today we're going to be expecting a lot of tension within the group. I mean, we're going to look at the game format pretty soon,
Hmm.
but it's going to be 4 days of drama mostly.
Hmm.
And as we'll see a little bit later, it's last person standing wins. All right. So, all the money goes to one singular person. The drama is going to be there every single day. That's what I'm personally most excited for.
Oh man, and drama will unfold here shortly. But Jaws, this is not Minecraft like you've seen before. This is truly the epitome of a battle royale within a franchise that is, quite frankly, one of the most global.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy. We got a sneak peek the other day of what's going to go down, and even we couldn't really understand some of it. And like, it is extremely complex in a way. Day number one is more of a tutorial setup, but don't worry, people are going to get eliminated. It is going to be a wild. Like, there is so much to discover.
Yeah, and discover I think is a good word. Jojo, we talk about today being a tutorial day, and I'm going to use air quotes every time we say that because while it is a tutorial, i.e., it is the time for these players to really showcase what they can do within this world, it's also very much needing to do well regardless of the learning curve.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, today we are going to see 20 people get eliminated. So, I mean, we'll see a little bit later the game format and how all of that's going to go, but it's definitely going to be intense and you can't slack, not even on tutorial day. No slacking.
No way. This is Hunt and Run with Ilujuan featuring Minecraft. There's no slacking. But before we get into today's event, we want to announce the exciting new partnership between Twitch Rivals and Intel. Now, with Intel Core 14th generation processors and Intel Arc graphics, gamers can stream, create, and compete at the highest levels. Supercharge your gaming with Intel Arc graphics and go beyond performance with Intel Core processors. Check out Amazon for the latest Intel-powered desktops, laptops, and hardware to see why gaming happens with Intel. Now, we are ecstatic, of course, to kick off the new year by welcoming Intel as the newest member of the Twitch Rivals family. Oh, man, and I'll tell you what a way to begin, Jaws. We keep talking about tournament format. Well, now is the time to go through it. And of course, today is really all about showcasing different skills that eventually could get you in that number one spot.
Oh, yeah. Today is going to be a mixture of a little bit of everything, kind of warming people up. But there is the danger there, like Jojo was saying, 20 people are still going to get eliminated on day number one, and you don't want to be there at all. Like, it's a little bit tense in that way, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of drama, I can imagine. And being in this kind of tutorial environment, you better get to grips with like the mechanics of this game mode like fast, or like not just the single game mode, the multiple game modes that we have over the next few days. Otherwise, if you find yourself lagging behind, you do not want to be in a position where you get eliminated on day number one, like at all.
Let's talk about that format here. And of course, this is only day one, ladies and gentlemen. There will be three more to follow. Jojo, we stayed 200 players, but production told us earlier 2,400 people wanted to come out for this tournament.
Yeah, that is absolutely bonkers. I mean, we have a Discord where basically people can sign up and show their interest. And out of 2,400 people, only 200 people made it into the actual event. So I guess technically that was the first trial of getting into the event. But yeah, for the next 4 days, we're starting with 200 today. I mean, we're going to end up with just one. And I mean, we can see here, it's a 4-day event today. Day one, we have 4 tutorial trials and then a death match in which only one person will survive out of 20. And those 20 will be eliminated for the entire event, by the way. They're not coming back afterwards. And then days 2 through 4, we're going to have our survival battle royale and some additional challenges in there that are going to sprinkle in a little bit of extra drama. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And then in regards to day one, Jaws, what do we have lined up for today?
Yeah, so we have 4 different trials which will help and like teach our participants for the next few days coming. So like trial 1, survival trial, just about technology tree and crafting. So if you're good at that kind of stuff, you're good at building, then it's probably right up your alley. Trial 2, a bit more parkour, movement, but there's a lot of risks involved in that as well. Trial 3 is the one I'm most interested in, dexterity and aim, just an aim trial. You good at clicking heads? Well, then good. Trial 4, and then is the combat arena, and that's testing basically just combat arts to fight different fighting styles, right? But if you're scoring low, if you're in that bottom 21, yeah, only one person's making out of that. So 10% of the people are going to get eliminated today. And as we move through the competition, as more and more people get eliminated, it's going to whittle down to a single person on day number 4, and they are winning $100K, $100,000. Like, that's a ridiculous number.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, go for it, Jojo. That is a ridiculous number. We can agree.
Yeah, I think I've only seen maybe like 3 or 4 Twitch rivals before where only one person wins all the marbles. So I mean, this is just absolutely, I don't even know what I would do with $100,000, to be honest. I don't know about you guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about the people that could be answering that question. And that, of course, is our first page of players. And Jojo, I mean, you got to, of course, be seeing a number of your peers, a number of people that you have followed. And talk to me a little bit about who you've got your eye on.
Oh my gosh. I mean, okay, first person I see is Curry Way, our local awesome Minecraft speedrunner. I mean, also a very good friend of mine, has also participated in many Twitch rivals before. I also am eyeballing Capitan Gato because I also know them personally, and also someone from the Spanish-speaking community, which, you know, I love to see the mix between English and Spanish-speaking communities here. I mean, there's a lot of faces here. Ari Gameplays as well, who we saw compete in the Survival Cup last year as well, and actually did really, really well. And then even on this page, we see Feinberg, and any Minecrafters will know Feinberg is the GOAT of Minecraft speedrunning. Definitely a competitor you either want to ally with or get rid of right off the bat, because otherwise you might be in a lot of trouble. I mean, there's a lot of other names. Who do you see, Jaws?
Yeah, they're just goats on this page, and there are goats throughout this, to be fair. Obviously, Hannah Rose, Elspreen, like, there are so many people that we've seen in previous events. I mean, Jojo, last year, we casted the Survival Craft, and, like, there are people that made it all the way, and there's the victor of Survival Craft 2 playing in this tournament. So people that are, like, super experienced in these kind of formats and these environments, but also brand new faces as well, which is great, because if you see another competitor that you're like, oh, you know, they took down my favorite streamer, maybe I'll quickly go check them out, maybe, you know, like, so a lot of people and a lot of viewers are going to be mixing into different streams, I'd imagine, if there is some sort of way to team up, or, like, you know, stab another team in the back, or, like, stab people in the back. You best believe the chats are going to be at war with each other as well. So yeah, a lot of big faces in here, but a lot of people that maybe aren't as big, which will get a nice little popularity boost by the end of it, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying about this drama. That's why I'm so excited for this, because it's like, you know, some people kind of know each other. They know each other's skill level. They know where they want, you know, who they want to team up with. And on this page, we see Sapnap, who actually won an event last year, who won $100,000. Like, absolutely insane. So what is this going to mean for other players when it comes to their strategy going into this event? That's the real question.
Oh man, and I love that we have a scale of experience, right? We've got those people, as you guys have mentioned, who have taken this thing home in the past, those who are incredible Minecraft players across the board, those who have more experience in other, like an FPS, or of course listen, Jaws, we're going to talk about, if you have the experience in a battle royale all up, regardless of, you know, a Minecraft specific, you might do really well, or you might not. Like, that's the grab bag of today.
Yeah, there are a lot of skills that will translate from outside, I'd imagine. Like, and especially even just playing in previous competitions in Twitch Rivals kind of helps too. You know, everything's on the line from day number 1, so getting yourself ahead early is always going to be beneficial. I mean, look, you don't want to go on day 1, do you? Really? Like, that 10% of people, like, come on now. There's a lot of big names, like we were saying, Sapnap, and, like, a lot of speedrunners too. So you expect to look at those in making out of day number 1, especially some of these challenges which require a lot of parkour, a lot of movement, a whole lot of skill in there. And like I said, the aiming one's really interesting to me. I want to see who can click the most heads.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we move on with today's event, let's take a look at some of the most exciting moments from our last event. That, of course, was Twitch Rivals Rust 10th Anniversary Team Battle 4, with a little help from Braun. These clips are the best of the best. Now, of course, gang, this is our first clip, and the first clip is COD Gaming TV getting so many kills
This
That-
guy's a little bit of a legend, I would say. Like, this guy's aim is so clean.
I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. My gosh.
Super easy.
I don't know if Minecrafters are gonna have as good aim as this person here.
Hey, we've got to try to find that out. That's the thing. We will
That's true.
weed
That's
out
true.
the weak, and they might be in the bottom 21.
We'll find out.
And I will say
many-
this, yeah.
How many kills was that? I wasn't.
I
even
lost
keeping
count. I lost count. Well, and this is a single player taking on an entire team. This is T-Max's killing Al Capone's team. Well done on the gamer take there, but like, just we want to talk about a solo adventure. This is kind of how you do it. Whew. And then our final,
yeah.
of course, it's
Structure.
this is. Once again, Al Capone's. This is the Al Capone's team, and of course, H. June, gets away with Al Capone's winning the whole event. I'll tell you what, anytime, gang, that we see, and you hear those columns, I gotta just stop for a second. That's epic.
Yeah, I really like the team-based Twitch
panic.
rivals. I think they're so funny. Yeah, because that's the thing, especially when you're down to these final few moments with all this money on the line, everybody is panicking. No one in there has got a heart rate lower than 100. Like, everybody's just going crazy on comms.
The chaos of a final circle or a final like battle royale moment is
Exactly.
truly delightful. Oh, and here we go. And that
And then
moment.
what is
of-
this?
The pickup from there, by the way, was ridiculous. I think I saw this bit live too. Like an unbelievable little swap there, jumping out the paraglider straight into the next person. It was great.
Indeed. Well, of course, this has been Baron's Best of the Best. Clip your favorite moments from today's show, and they might make it into our next segment and could be in the running for Gillette's Best of the Best moments. Baron has long been the best kept secret for his superior dry shave and fascinating fusion of design and function. Not only do you get a high-quality shave experience, but it's the absolute best grooming tool for your personalized routine. Braun, designed for what matters. Whew. And I'll tell you what matters here today is so much skill. Skill that genuinely needs to not just be on display here, JoJo, but through a grind. I think that's the best way maybe to call this next 4 days is a true grind and a true showcase of talent across the board.
Absolutely. I mean, I think having raw Minecraft skill is always going to help you in a Minecraft competition. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
But as we're going to see throughout today, we have these tutorials, trials, where, you can still ultimately get eliminated from. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is making sure you're paying attention while you're, learning all these things and going through the trials, because ultimately that is the skill that you are going to need. And a lot of it is modded Minecraft. It's not vanilla. So even though you might have the core Minecraft vanilla, characteristics just embedded into your blood, this is modded. There's more. It's a little different. So I think that's what's going to, I guess, maybe change the game a little bit for some of our more skilled players and maybe give a benefit to some of our less skilled players.
I love that, and I love that today is all about trials, tutorials. But you know what, Joz? The way I think of these trials, these tutorials, is I think of it as if you want to take a little bit of a lateral move over to traditional American sports. We talk about the combine, right? We talk about using that in the NFL to really scout out and find out what a player can do on the field. Well, this is like that, only at the end of the day, some people will be eliminated. So there's that situation, which, of course, if that is how the NFL worked, I would watch it more. Anyway, moving right along. Chat, it's time for Guessing with Duncan, where you have the chance to win big. You can check out the polling widget in the extension, make your predictions, and watch your name shoot up our leaderboard. Now, here's what you're playing for. The top 10 finishers get $10 Duncan and Twitch gift cards, and the first place winner claims a sweet Duncan Sling bag, plus entry into a monthly drawing for a Duncan and Twitch Rivals co-branded gaming chair. I'll tell you what, this is something you're definitely going to want to be a part of, so make sure that you find yourself in our area, in our leaderboard, and, enter to win, and enter exclamation point Duncan for full rules. Make sure to cast your prediction now. Yes! That is how we do here where we are from, of course. Now, like I said, we are going to get to gameplay here in a hot second, but, the last thing I do want to say is, and I'll throw it over to you, JoJo, if you are giving people a moment. Last question, last thing, give me it in 2 words. What can people expect today? Go.
Drama, intensity, a lot of learning. This is more than 2 words, so I'll leave it at that.
You know what? Ken couldn't say it any better. Exactly. Well, you know what? We are going to be right back with gameplay kicking us off. You are watching Twitch Rivals. We'll see you in a hot second. Stay with us. Welcome back. And first of all, congratulations. I mean, Jojo, who knew that our that our viewers could actually get through that maze? Well done. Well done indeed.
I didn't think they would.
I mean,
they had 7 seconds left, so I guess they just barely made it.
I mean, very rarely do we see that, so I'm into it though. Let's real quick as we get our teams in the lobby. I should say not teams. I should say people. As we get our people into the lobby. Jaws, let's start with you. We have a number of tutorials today, a number of trials, I should say. You talked about aim. What else are we looking for in terms of skill level, parkour? We're talking about crafting. Like, talk to me a little bit about, sprinkle me some fairy dust of today's trials.
So parkour's pretty plain and simple, you'd imagine. Obviously, there are some extra associated risks with the parkour. But the trial that has me most intrigued is actually the first one. Like, the technology tree and crafting is quite interesting because, like Jojo said, this isn't regular Minecraft. This is modded Minecraft. So you're going to have to learn a whole bunch, like fast. Like, you got to have, well, not necessarily memorized, but you got to kind of know what you're doing. So anything that you can use to help memorize, post-it notes just everywhere, just making sure you know exactly like how to get down these tech trees, how to craft all these basic custom items in this server is gonna be a big help. Anybody that's rather creative, I'd imagine, is going to do very well. And all these trials are going to test you in various things too. But this first one, it could be all up in the air, to be very honest with you.
Absolutely. Jojo,
Yeah,
please. I
wanted to add. Yeah, because, while we were sitting there watching them explain it to us, so we understood what was going on. I mean, stamina is in the game, guys, in Minecraft. That's not normally in Minecraft. How is that going to play into everyone's strategy? Are they even going to remember? Are they going to run away from someone, forget they have stamina, slow down, and then that causes their game? There's so many things that I'm excited to see how it's going to affect everyone's gameplays.
Absolutely. Well, one thing you may be noticing along with that great gameplay is a new feature we have on Twitch Rivals called The Feed, where we bring you commentary directly into the show using graphics. You can join the conversation by dropping some fire comments in chat or send us your best memes and one-liners on X or Instagram at Twitch Rivals. Use the hashtag #TheFeed, and maybe you'll see your comment on this show. Oh man, I'll tell you, I'm a huge fan of this new the feed kind of situation, because we all see, of course, our fantastic chat, and there's so much hype, but there's also some really fire comments. There are some really killer moments where people get to spout off about their favorite team or the team that they're just hoping will, make it through to the next round. Jaws, final thoughts before we head over to our what honestly is probably one of the most epic intros ever.
Yeah, I'm ready to get down. Like, this is going to be rather crazy, and I want to see people shouting out in the feed too, because you're always going to have your favorite streamer, but if they go out, make sure you're cheering on some of the other competitors as well, because there's 200 of them. Well, 180 after today. Yeah, there's people getting eliminated.
This is true. Yeah, and I do love, Jojo, as you mentioned, as we talked about earlier, 2,400 people tried to get into this tournament, said, hey, I'm interested in joining. But of course, there could only be 200, and after today, there can only be that less number, 180. Oh my gosh, no pressure.
Yeah. The competition started before the competition started, right? So everyone's been trying to get in. Everyone wants to win the 100,000. I don't blame them. I do too, but I got better things to do. Like, be here with you guys. I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
There's no stress and pressure on you. It's all good. We can just chill. Exactly. We can just have a good time, and then we'll watch everybody else just sweating it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in this privileged position, we get to predict, and then if we're wrong, nothing happens. So I don't know. Who do you guys think might make it to at least day 3? Let's say
day 3. Oh.
Yeah.
It's got to be some of the OGs, right? It's got to be. Okay, definitely someone like Sam now. Yeah. Surely makes it through.
It's possible.
I mean,
it's possible.
Well, that'll be a very strange moment if they didn't. I will say, I saw a friend, a former colleague, Leviathan. I saw her in there, and I think she's from our Xbox On group over in the UK. And I'll tell you what, she's pretty fire. So hopefully she'll be making it through. I will also say that at this point, with the skill gap, my gosh, this is one of those tournaments, Jojo. It feels like that truly anything can happen. And do not rest on your laurels at all, because maybe someone maybe someone we don't, could find themselves at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this happened to me last year, right? When we were doing the Survival Cup, I didn't really know who Shadoon was, but Shadoon, now I know who they are. They are an incredible player, and they made it to the top 2, and now we're friends. So I'm also rooting for Shadoon, and I think it's such an awesome opportunity to have people who just enjoy the game and get to compete in a very intense, sort of scenario, but also it's very fun. Ultimately, they're all gonna be able to speak to one another. It's proximity chat, so they can chat with one another. They can stay neutral, or they can make enemies, which is highly probable. But I think overall, everyone's gonna have a good time. It's just streamers having fun. So hopefully, we get some new faces up in here and get to meet some new fun people. That's what I hope for.
I love it. And I think, Jojo, there's something you nailed on. And Jaws, I'm going to ask you about this, which is there is today's foundational get to know the game, get to know the mechanics, see what you can do, still has that bittersweet moment of could you go home for sure. However, they got to get that foundation. They have to prove themselves today because days 2, 3, and 4 will have not only gameplay, of course, not only our different formats, but also challenges and alliances and stabbing of the backs and all of these random things that can absolutely sway the game and sway the way a person comes through or does not.
Yeah, I mean, those alliances, are you going to form them on day one? You're going to keep your cards close to your chest? Are you going to be like, hey, let's like team up for the next couple of days, hey? And then maybe later on we can have an honorable 1v1, but if we both make it through. Like, I think that's one of the more exciting things about it is this whole proximity chat idea, and then having these like small little alliances where maybe you have one with one team, one with a couple of people, and then one with another one, and like you're just kind of playing the field, playing ball. I mean, look, anything can happen at the end of the day, but a lot of these players do end up either knowing each other through this or knowing each other before they get into here. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But the first day, obviously, like you said, it's all that foundational knowledge. You've got to build from that and then just take it into consideration. Just take it and take stuff into your arsenal too for later down the line, because you are just practicing today, even though there is a few eliminations that are going to happen.
I love it. Jojo, I got to ask. This feels like also, and this is one of the many things I love about Twitch Rivals, but it feels like also that this lobby is a great place to scout for potential other streaming collabs. It's a great place to scout for, future potential teammates, whether it's this competition or others. I mean, this lobby seems like the place to go hunting for skill.
Absolutely. I mean, I know from last year's event that was 6 days long, everyone really got to know one another. Even Spanish speakers and English speaking communities were merging.
Yeah.
You could see English speakers trying to learn a little bit of Spanish and trying to interact with people. And then, same the other way around. Spanish speakers were trying to learn some English and really communicate. And it was the most wholesome thing. Once they got into a game, they were, enemies once again. But yeah, exactly. But, I think it's one of the best things that could come out from something like this. I think in general, the Minecraft community is very open to meeting new people and expanding. And I mean, there have been other events that have also learned from these Twitch Rivals and have added Spanish speakers to their events as well to just expand their audience in the community, which I think is a beautiful thing. So that's another thing I'm very excited for. Just more people meeting one another, English speakers learning some Spanish, Spanish speakers learning some English. I mean, I speak both languages, so I'm kind of like, happy in the middle.
So I was going to say, one of the many reasons JoJo is bringing it down here on this broadcast for sure. And hey, just a real quick FYI, everybody, I misspoke earlier. My apologies. It is hashtag for the feed. It is hashtag TRFeed, as in Twitch Rivals feed, if you want to be a part of this very conversation. If you want to get your pop-up comment, you want to spit some fire, head over to X, formerly Twitter, or Instagram. Use that hashtag TRFeed and really showcase what you want to say and how you want to say it, because this show is all about hype. Absolutely. Jaws, as we look forward to gameplay, and apologies for the delay here, folks. We are just getting our ducks in a row. Let's talk real quick about what you want people to know. You talked about aim. You talked about dexterity. Of course, these are trials that we have going today. What other, aside from parkour and crafting, there's, I think, one more, and I completely forgot what it's called. Talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing for these trials.
So quickly, the first trial is going to be the technology tree and crafting, and then we have the agility, the parkour, then the aim trial, dexterity and aim, and then combat arena, which is just combat arts, just practice your art of dueling, and then we have the final trial, which is where they get eliminated.
Well, speaking of final trials, today's moment is finally here, and that would be the beginning of this very competition. And so without any further ado, let's hop right first into an introduction of epic proportions. Oh, just kidding. We are jumping into the
yes.
server. My bad.
No, we do have the cinematic coming up in just a moment. As plenty of you know, I'd imagine that are watching right now, we just have these ridiculously well-crafted cinematics coming in. So expect a few of those over the next few days. But you can kind of see everybody just kind of warming up, just chilling, just vibing right now, Jojo, just ready to get this rocking and rolling. Nura, you can already see how much work's been put in to the environment too.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see the build. It looks absolutely epic. And as you can tell, everyone's slowly, logging into the server. You can see people interacting. This is that beautiful part I was talking about where people just kind of chill and interact. Nothing has gotten intense yet, right? So everyone's just vibing, getting to know one another. And, as we zoom into these builds, you can really appreciate it. You can already tell that this is modded Minecraft. I mean, you see the little mini map. You see the way people move in game. We see Hannah here.
I love him.
I wonder if she's
love him.
already interacting with people.
Hannah, last time, Jojo, I remember this specifically. You reminded me of she was very much practicing her Spanish, and that was like one of her main goals coming in the survival craft was, hey, okay, I'm going to start making new friends on the Spanish side of things, and they were really impressed. Her Spanish was kind of crazy, actually, way better than mine. That is for sure.
Absolutely no. I think Hannah's Spanish is actually gonna clutch up today. Well, not just today, in the next couple of days. I think she's gonna reach out maybe to some people to be allied with, and I think it's gonna benefit her. I mean, she's an incredible player herself as well, so it's not like she needs to rely on anyone. But I know that having those communications with people is important. And now we see George. I wonder if they're scheming already.
I was about to say, yeah. They're just hiding away in a corner already. Come on now.
You can see they're starting to sort of get to know the new sort of movement there is, because there is ways to crawl. There's a brand new keybind that you need to know to go into the crawling position. So, I'm sure everyone is taking advantage right now to sort of get used to that. And then we see Curryway here. My fave.
Oh yes, and yeah, I think that's really important to keep in mind. Yeah, different ways to kind of interact with the environment. Plus, obviously, the crawl button, like you said, to like parkour and whatnot. You'd imagine they'd be using the crawl key, which is going to be quite cool because the title of the parkour is Agility and Risk Course. So, what risk is there? Not entirely sure, but you got to be quick. You've got to be real quick.
Absolutely. We're looking at Ilojuan here, who is our host of this entire event, creator of the event. So, you love to see it. I'm particularly eyeballing just above the hotbar. You can see that there's not health. I mean, there is health, but it's a bar. It's not hearts. And then there's this like hunger bar and a water bar.
Hunger and
so
thirst,
it seems like people are gonna have to drink water in order
Stay
to survive.
hydrated in and out of game.
Which is a brand new feature to this entire a brand new thing to have to keep track of in this survival game, right? Where typically you don't have to drink water in vanilla Minecraft.
Right.
So now that's just going to be a whole other thing they have to think about.
Yeah, and that's the idea of this first day as well, just kind of getting used to those mechanics, because if you're forgetting some later down the line, like the fatigue system, the stamina system you're talking about too, if you're running away and you run out of stamina, GLHF, good luck, have fun. Like you're gonna get mowed down. I can almost guarantee you. So yeah, it just kind of adds to a level of complexity in this event, which is cool because it feels like every single time we have these events, there's always like an added layer of something, like a new mechanic thrown in, like something completely different in terms of mini games. So yeah, a hunger and a thirst meter is going to be important for them to watch out for as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, for the audience who don't really know, it's the green bar. The green bar, that's usually your XP bar. That is actually the stamina bar. So we haven't seen anyone particularly do it yet, like sprinting around. But if you start sprinting, you'll see that green bar sort of slowly lower. And then, well, I don't know why Foolish doesn't have any green in his bar.
He's already exhausted.
Yeah, he's completely exhausted, I guess.
Already.
But Yeah, I mean, you can already see some wonderful interactions going on. I know Bad Boy Halo and Foolish already know each other as friends, so maybe they're already trying to figure out, who do we want to team with, maybe.
Already scheming. And you can see there the format as well. If anybody's only just joined us, 200 players over the course of 4 days and only a single winner for the $100,000. Not prize, just prize. Just singular. One winner will get that entire stack of cash. And there are the trials too. Obviously, we explained before, but you can see the kind of small descriptions for them. So yeah, Survivor Trial, then the Agility and Risk course, Aim Trial, and then Combat Arena. And what's quite cool is over the next few days, of course, they are going to be learning, but with the tech and survival and the tech and crafting one that starts us out in just a moment, like that has got so much like in-depth like modded Minecraft. Like it's modded Minecraft on top of modded Minecraft on top of modded Minecraft. Like so much work has gone into this specific mod and like this server. It's kind of crazy. I always kind of wonder how long it takes people to put this together, but it is an unbelievable amount of depth, and it's gonna spawn a whole lot of variation and randomness too in a way, right?
Absolutely. I mean, ultimately, what we've all been saying from the very beginning is it all comes down to, your raw Minecraft skill level is important, but it's also your ability to learn. And as you're mentioning, there's this skill tree, right, that we haven't fully seen on the stream just yet. I know you and I have seen it, Jaws, but
but we won't.
Which it's just for an idea for the audience, think of like maybe like 100+ circles, and that's pretty much all it looks like. It's just this huge graph of different skills and crafts and everything that could possibly you could possibly craft for your advantage, and maybe at one point we'll get a little view of it, but it is insane. Even modded Minecraft players, by the way, would find that bonkers because there's so many different things to look at.
Yeah.
So again, you got to learn. You got to be able to stare at that long enough to actually consume the information rather than just accept it for what it is and move on with it, because it will be important.
Yeah, a couple of minutes there on the timer in the top middle of your screen. That'll be the countdown, I'd imagine, before we jump in. And look, at the end of the day, yes, you've got to be learning here too, but if you're not the quickest learner, you can't pick up things quickly. I know sometimes it takes me a little while, especially when it comes to skill trees and like craft. Oh my god, I just sit there forever just like reading every single one, making sure I know exactly what it is. But you've got to be a little bit quicker than that, but there's still other skills that you can make sure you come at the top places of the trials, because the more points you gain, the less likely you are to land in that bottom 21 here on day number 1, as 20 people will be eliminated, only one survivor at that very ending of the trial. I'm quite curious, Jojo, if we're going to see everybody else kind of standing around them like Colosseum mode, like everybody just cheering on for people in the pit, because it will be like a deathmatch style at the very end. 1 minute to go though before we jump in, I believe, to the cinematic, or the next, at least, the next portion of the map, because also the map is just massive too. Just an unbelievable amount of work has gone into the architecture as well, into this modded Minecraft.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to keep bragging about it because I'm glad we got a little preview. But, we have a sneak peek. We kind of know what's going on, right? Usually we're kind of left in the dark and, we're kind of just like, oh, I don't know what's going on today. But today, I'm fully prepared. I'm excited to see how all of our participants do today. And again, on the left side of the screen here, you can see which trials we are going to be looking at today. I know you're excited for the aim trial. I think I'm excited for the parkour trial.
Okay.
And I mentioned that because even though we have our local, Minecraft goats, I'm very curious to see how they're going to perform when it comes to having stamina and having a whole new way to move, because now you can crawl in Minecraft by just pressing a button. So I'm very curious to see how that is going to affect everyone's agility trial. And it seems like the counter hit 0. What does this mean?
What does this mean? That's a good question.
It means nothing. Woohoo!
Well, there's a big podium up here, actually. Just
is someone
scouting
coming
out around the big building. I'd imagine so. It looks like 198 people are in the lobby, so maybe waiting for a couple more people to connect. But yeah, just this waiting area too is kind of ridiculous. And that is a train, I believe, at the very back.
Yep. Yep, and that's what's going to take all the participants into the trial area. So good luck and have fun, right? I mean, it's not going to be that intense for today, right? Only 20 players are at risk of being eliminated today,
Right.
versus all the other days where
Unknown number.
everyone, yeah, it's just an
Yeah.
unknown number. But you just have to try your absolute hardest to pay attention. We're back in school, friends. You
It
just
is.
gotta pay attention.
Wait, you're so right. It's just school. For this first day, it's just we're back at school again. But the problem is you get expelled at the very end if you don't do as well.
Oh
unfortunately.
no.
I'm not going to say it, but yeah, I didn't have the best grades at school. And
Oh,
I
no.
potentially would be expelled at the end of this if they took my school grades. So
Oh
well,
no.
it's
I was a
okay.
nerd. I was a nerd in school, so
Straight in the books.
I
No, I respect it.
yeah. Yeah,
I
we
tried
see
to, but
puns.
video games gripped me too hard. That was the problem.
No, you're that's valid. I get that. I absolutely get that. I wonder if Puns is about to try to make friends with some people. We see H-Bomb, we see CPK.
Yeah, a lot of names that we've seen over the last few Twitch Rivals tournaments as well. CPK being one of them.
Puns trying to speak in Spanish to them. All right. He's just being a little silly Billy about it. Oh, is this like a waiting room? What is this
Looks
room?
like another.
It's
Looks
like a
like they got some
kitchen.
delicious food going on here. Looks like little. Are they little kitchens or are they little first aid places? I hope.
It might
the
be a
former.
kitchen.
And with
Okay,
the flint, I need
good.
to
Cook
get
some stuff up. Hey, there's a
like,
stamina bar.
grass.
I mean, there's a hunger bar and
get like
a
the
fluids bar, I guess.
shit
So
from grass. I need to farm grass.
It's true.
maybe that's a
And
part of the
then
trial. They have to
feed-
cook up the most delicious meal of all time.
It's true. Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
here
This
we
is the skill
go.
tree I was talking about.
To break leaves.
Yes, you can now see how gigantic this is. It keeps
break
going
leaves
on
with
more
your
to the
fist,
right.
you
Of
can break it
course,
with your
he's
fist.
fully zoomed in, but this
Then
is
you
how
get
the
rock,
players
then
can actually
flint, then
learn
fiber, then
how to do
sticks.
anything and everything in the game,
And you get
right? It
fabric with
shows you the
more
crafting
grass.
recipes. It tells you a word description
fabric,
on
I can
how
make-
to
I make
gather
armor
that
with
specific
fabric and leather,
item.
so you kill
I
sheep
mean,
and stuff.
It is
Then
it
you're gonna
is
get a sword
intense.
with
There is
flint and
so
sticks.
much to it.
Yeah, and like you said, it goes on for quite a way to
Oh.
the right-hand side.
Oh, it's
So
not
like,
starting.
you have to progress through that too. So you got to be quick
the
and
timer
sharp,
again.
like picking
20
up stuff
seconds.
real quick and
20
just making
seconds.
sure you kind of know, oh, I need this ingredient for this, and just maybe stacking a ton of ingredients in and then making many items at once. And the skill tree, because it goes quite in depth as well, it's almost like a miniature race in a way. Just making
Yeah.
sure you could build stuff as quickly as possible and just complete
5
the
seconds, 4, 3,
complete the skill tree.
2.
Absolutely.
I do believe still we are waiting. No, we're not. Opening cinematic starting right now.
We have experienced unfortunate events in our past. Living with our invaders was one of them. They wanted us to live as they wished. It was a time full of unnecessary pain for our nation. But in spite of the adversities, we managed to rise again. That is how we achieved peace for our people. People who have always fought to defend what is theirs. A new era full of prosperity and harmony has arrived for all the people of Pangaea. Today is a great day. Today is the day to celebrate this fight. In each sector of Pangaea, 2 young volunteers will decide to represent their sector in an act of bravery, fighting to the death for eternal glory. However, this year will be different. All young people who have volunteered will have the privilege of participating. Today is a great day. Today is the day to celebrate this battle. The 100th anniversary of the Hunt and Run Games begins.
How touching that 100 years of our majestic history are shown to prevail over time, and thus not to forget all the damage that the war did to us in the past. For this reason, to commemorate these 100 years of history, we are here at the very beginning of it all, where for about 2 months now, all the participants of this celebration have arrived to be trained in order to give their best fight in these games.
That is absolutely true, Cornelius. This year, our dear President Masi spared no expense and decided early on to bring each of the participants to this training camp where they are not only learning survival skills. Participants have received full medical care to preserve their health prior to the final exam and in preparation for the big day.
No doubt these are games you will not be able to miss. This centenary promises so much that... Christina, I'm really excited to know who will be the strongest and the most fearless of these games. Therefore, dear inhabitants of Pangaea, we invite you not to miss the celebration of freedom and justice. In the next few hours, we will initiate the final exam that will determine an important role in how these games will be executed.
That is correct. In addition to the fact that today the participants will already get to know the wonderful streets of the capital of Pangaea, our nation starts the Hunt and Run Centennial Party.
Day 1. The Harvest.
Wow.
Oh my
That
word.
was insane.
Once again, I'm saying, like, the cinematics do just get better and better each and every year.
Minecraft cinematics are just so impressive. I mean, it was all done in game. It's just very, very impressive. I'm very excited to see what is going to happen today. Might I add, Cornelius, that is my favorite person. All right, I really liked Cornelius from the opening ceremony or the newscast, whatever.
Also,
I like them.
I'm just going to point this out. In the cinematic, we saw people doing the obstacle courses. I see some people training already. Where is everybody else going? Slacking a little bit. I'm just...
Yeah. Oh shoot, I think it's starting.
Oh, there you
We got Ollie Gamers. I love Ollie. I'm a big fan of Ollie Gamers. And you can see he's already training how to do this parkour. Oh, he's learning how to crawl as well. You can hear that, you know, they're being summoned towards the stage right now. So you can see a little marker show up on their screen, so they know where to go. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Ollie. Ollie has actually won a survival cup before, not the one last year, but the one before. So incredible Minecraft gamer right here. All right.
It's crazy how many like previous winners we have in this Twitch Rivals. It's kind of mad. Now, you've got to be a little bit intimidated if you're someone that's fairly new.
I know I would be. I mean, I've played Minecraft for 12 years now, and I would still be extremely intimidated. You can hear as they're calling everyone close to the stage.
Announcements incoming. Everybody's kind of messing around with the crouching and the crawling around as well. Everybody's kind of like, oh, right, yeah, we can do that now.
Yeah. I love seeing everyone just crawling around, crouching around.
It looks so silly sometimes.
Oh, they're starting the welcoming speech, it seems.
All right, here we go.
Good morning, participants! After long months of training, medical studies, trials, and so much more, the most awaited day has finally arrived. Your arrival in the capital of Pangaea. It has been hard months, we know, but all their effort and dedication will come to light in the next few hours with the start of the final exam. From now on, you have seen basic things that will help you to face everything that awaits you. Remember that the one who survives is not the one who knows how to fight with swords, but the one who is smart enough to know when it's the exact moment to spill the blood. I hope that all these past months you have learned what is necessary to survive. In the arena, there will be no time to cry or regret, because in this games, either you are the hunter or you become the prey. I hope you don't forget that, and may the best win. My name is Jessica Agnes, and I will be your guide in the centennial edition of the Hunt and Run games. See you all at the final exam.
Okay.
Did you also see fruit berries just like, standing in the middle?
I see that, yeah. Completely out of line. Like, what are you guys doing standing here like this? What's going on?
Yeah.
Didn't have a clue what
I
was
liked
going
when he
on.
just walked up and looked at everyone, and then everyone else is just like spinning their heads.
I know, yeah. That was ridiculous. That speech as well didn't really give too much to the participants at all. They're all
No, keeping
very
it-
much in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, the sense I'm getting is you just need to have a lot of game sense when it comes to this.
Right.
You got to know when it's the right time to strike. Here we have Ari Gameplays, which is someone I was rooting for during the Survival Cup last year. Just, you know, she was doing so well. So, of course, I felt like I had to root for her. So hopefully she does well today. I don't want to see her at deathmatch. I want her just going straight through.
Oh, I think they've entered the train now. Yeah, so that little marker popped up
Oh.
on the screen, so everybody to the train. Here we
Oh,
go.
wow.
Straight to the first destination. No hanging around.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna sit next to specific people for strategic purposes.
Yeah, exactly. Early team ups or early backstabs, we'll see.
I think if I were in this position personally, I would probably stick to making genuine, you know, friendships early on. And then, you know, maybe day 3 is when you start kind of, you know, considering who you might want to backstab.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful with your targets, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah, everybody's jumping on the train. We're going to zip to the next portion of the map, and, well, I guess we'll begin the first survival trial, the tech tree and crafting, and we'll get to see that arena as well. And like I said, all of the models and, like, the arenas, they are pretty spectacular, and you at home, the audience will see in just a moment. And as well, you can also jump into anybody else's stream that's currently streaming. If you want to see a single person's POV, maybe the leader, obviously, feel free to do that as well. There's a lot of people to jump into right now. Players just scrolling down the left-hand side.
no!
Hannah, the train doors have
Hannah!
closed. Hannah, the train doors have closed.
Can I get on the train?
Hannah has been locked out. Okay.
They
all
opened
good.
the doors just for Hannah. That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
The look of panic on their face just for a moment.
Absolutely. I mean, I would have been fine with it. Does that mean I win if I
Wait,
don't
hang
make it
on.
into
If
the
I
train?
just- that was the whole game. It was just you. Whoever gets baited on the train, the last person that's on it, takes
There you go.
100K.
Yeah.
Quick sharp, just like
Got
that.
Sylvie on the screen. I'm a big Sylvie enjoyer. Love Sylvie. Great human. And I hope she's gonna do well today. Let's see how she performs.
Oh, the train.
Oh, I thought that was gonna, you know, lead into a cinematic, I guess. Oh, okay. Teleportation.
Hey.
That's the future.
Who needs a train when you can just teleport?
For real. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, here we go, though.
Oh, what is this? Oh my god. This is what we were mentioning about, like, the insane builds.
Yeah.
Sylvia is shocked.
Welcome. This
Nice
is the
little
capital.
welcoming.
And look how far they have to go. The render distance doesn't even, like, you can't even
Right.
see the end of this long, giant pathway. You can see about 400 meters away. There's
Yeah.
every participant now trying to make their way forward.
Everyone's sprinting.
This is your home, participants.
Interesting. Okay, so this is their home now,
Yep.
allegedly.
No
Is it the road?
leaving.
are they living on the streets?
Everybody take a corner, set up camp, get your sleeping bags out, your tents.
This is insane. Oh my. Like, this build, just in general, is impressive.
It's ridiculous.
Amazing. Truly amazing. If I had a singular bone in my body with the skill to build in Minecraft, I would do that. But I just don't.
Definitely not a forte of mine. I would say my architectural knowledge and know-how of anything. I barely build an IKEA shelf, so.
Wait, there's circles in Minecraft? What? How did they do that?
How did they do it?
I thought this was a block game.
Hidden
It is
tech.
time for the president's speech.
Oh.
Please be quiet when you're listening.
Oh, okay. President's speech coming up.
Attention participants. It is time for the president's speech. Please be quiet for your listening. Welcome, everyone, to the centenary edition of the Games. Games that have been created for the enjoyment of all of you, but most importantly for all the volunteers to have the opportunity to fill your sector with pride and honor. First of all, congratulations to all of you who decided to be here, because you are the ones who fill the people of Pangaea with life, light, and hope. No one will understand better than you that this transcends riches. It is the satisfaction of achieving honor. Today, I want to remind you, participants, that the glory is something that no one will take away from your hands. It will be yours alone. In addition, we cannot forget that in a short time, the final exam will finally take place. This test will be decisive to know who will be the participants of this edition of the Games. Therefore, I advise you not to fail. I wish you all success, and as well, a long life of prosperity to the winner.
Wow.
God, it's super ominous. I'm just saying. The ominous vibes are off the chart right now. Oh,
All the
it's
players are being told President's speech is over. It is time to move on to the testing area.
Here we go, straight to the practice.
sound
arena they
effects.
go.
That was so sick. I mean, with
they've
the
thought of
music, yeah, with the music and the sound effects and everything they're doing, I mean, they're really setting the mood right now of what is about to come. You know, can you remind me again which one was the first trial we're doing?
The first trial is going to be the technology tree and crafting. So essentially, getting into this room and getting into the first practice area, they're going to have a whole lot of bunch of stuff in front of them, and they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with it.
So really, I guess the best hand manual for that is to just open the skill tree and read it through, right?
How fast of a reader are you? How many pages per
I'm
second?
a very slow reader. I actually just got back into reading like
Oh, yeah?
last week. Yeah.
Big W.
Thanks, you know.
I'm
It
more of
wasn't a New Year's it was a New Year's resolution last year, so I'm
Hey,
just catching up
that-
right now.
That's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, here's our spectators, you know,
This
rich
is us
people.
right here. This
yeah,
is us
well,
in chat,
that's
looking very
that's
dapper.
us right there. Yep. Yep, I'm
And be
totally
sure-
there.
Be sure to get into the conversation as well. Hashtag TRFeed on x.com, twitter.com, and your little message might pop up on the stream as we move through the couple of next few days. Looks like maybe Jessica's
Absolutely.
going to give it another speech in just a moment. This giant, grandiose hall that doesn't really give away too much right now.
Absolutely. I mean, all we know is that big door in the back, that's where they came from. And then there's entrances on the side walls. We can't fully see on the screen, but we know it's there. And that will be the path to the trials in which they'll have to go through for today. We got Jessica just staring. Just staring.
Just
Look at her stare.
Hey, just trying to make people even more nervous. And you can see on the doors too, they have got some logos, so it could potentially hint to some people who could decipher them. You can see a few people kind of running up to them, trying to see what's what. But like I said, it's not going to give away too much as we do get into this first trial in a moment.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I kind of do wish they do. Do you have like a Minecraft skin, like a Minecraft character?
Yeah, I've got a shark skin. I know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's of course I do, but yeah, it's
That's
pretty
very
actually.
good.
I got my little cape as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, nice, nice. I wish they would have put us in the back there. That would have been nice.
Oh my
'cause, you know,
god, yeah, us with the little
we are
chairs, the little
spectating,
headsets on
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
That would have been sick, actually. There you go.
Oh
For next
my
time,
gosh.
we'll be cemented in the background. There's some
Yeah,
fun
we'll let
stuff.
them know. We'll let them know. It's a requirement, you know. We need to be there. So, you know, we just see a lot of people kind of bantering around, you know, they're just trying to get to know one another, just vibing. I mean, you can even see some people in the background, they're going into like the crawling mode. Everyone's just trying to get used to this new Minecraft.
Yeah, getting used to modern Minecraft. You know, a lot of people potentially would have played some version of modern Minecraft before, but I doubt it's anything like they're experiencing now or will experience, that is for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody just kind of chilling around at the moment. I'd imagine we're getting into the first trial, or at least the explainer for the first trial in just a moment. Everybody as well. Just make sure your settings are okay, by the way, before you get into this. You don't want to mess up.
Yeah, I
anything.
mean, that's kind of the point of just, you know, sitting around here talking to people. You want to make sure all your settings are proper, because once you get into the trials, there's going to be some time to, you know, tinker with some items and really get to know it. And then the actual test comes in, which is where they're going to be rated and given points to see that they aren't the last, you know, 20 people out of the 200 people. And yeah, we can see Ilojuan here, who is actually the creator and of this entire event, setting all this up. Thank you so much for bringing entertainment for all of us. And you could just see everyone's. I feel like everyone's kind of pacing, like everyone's kind of nervous right now.
Yeah, I'd be pretty nervous too. Giant hall like this, not really knowing what's going on.
Yeah, it's just a big open room, no instructions. You're just kind of walking back and forth.
Me lo han bajado. A ver. Me lo han bajado. No lo puedo creer, chavales.
What's that person crawling like a worm on the right side of the screen?
Yeah, I
It's
just noticed
ridiculous.
that. Wait, look
What
at the
is
little
happening?
face. Wait, that's so funny.
Participants,
Oh, wait, here we
welcome
go.
to the final test before the games. These tests will play an important role in your overall performance during the games, because you'll be able to attract the attention of sponsors based on your scores. From now on, you'll be facing 4 trials. The survival test, the agility and risk test, the aiming test, and finally, the combat test. The total of all the scores from this test will give a single result, which will be your final score. Each of these 4 tests consists of 2 phases. The exploration and adaptation phase, where components on the test will be explained and everything else you need to know to get a good score. Besides, testing all the components described in order to adapt their usage. Once completed, we will move forward onto the evaluation phase, where you'll be able to demonstrate your skills to get your final score. This is the moment where you must give your absolute best, as no evaluation can be repeated. The participants with the 21 lowest scores will face each other in a battle of life and death, which will take place here in the testing arena. Isn't it exciting? Only one player will have the opportunity to rejoin his or her teammates in order to make it to the grand final arena. In these games, we strive for excellence, and for that reason, only the best will make it to the Hunt and Run Centenary Edition.
Only the best will make it. So there you go. The participants, they get a little bit of time in a room before they get launched into the evaluation room. So they get to at least get to grips with things, bits and pieces that they can, will then be using over the next few days, and of course in the evaluation stage. And we just saw a little sneak peek of all the stages too. Jojo.
Yeah, we can see as El Sprin and everyone else, all of our other participants, flooding into this tunnel as they head over into their first trial room, which, you know, it's gonna be a little scary, but it's about survival. You can see just a bunch of materials here. I mean, I don't even know what they're all called because it's not all vanilla Minecraft, but you see the flint, and this gives players time to just get to know what's going on. Everyone's just trying to understand what they're looking
get on
at.
the podium. Like, let me up.
Hola, 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 hola.
Oh wow,
wait.
he actually almost made it up. He
Wait, hang on a
actually
second.
almost made it.
The parkour
I
god
think there's barriers up there, so I don't think it'll let them, but that's really funny.
trying to break out already. I like it. Just using everything in the room to your disposal, to be fair. I respect that.
Absolutely.
And we saw it a bit earlier, Jojo, but the skill tree, the tech tree,
Yes.
that is what this task is going to be about, right? So all these materials and whatnot, they will be used to craft, combine, and make various new things that are in this version of Minecraft. And so people are, you know, now they can eventually see what they'll be working with in the evaluation stage.
Absolutely. I mean, just to give an idea to, you know, the audience here, there's not going to be, you know, our typical Minecraft furnace, for example, to make our food, right? So that's why players are going to have to learn how to use these things to make a fire.
The survival test. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Charlotte, and I am the winner of the 95th Hunt and Run games. And I am really excited to be here helping you in your entire process. Survival is something vital in the games. Because if you don't take care of yourselves, you will be more vulnerable to other participants or even nature itself. Let's begin. It is of utmost importance to take care of your physical endurance. Avoid at all costs using your strength and running capacity to the maximum. If you exceed your capabilities, you will get tired, which will reduce your speed and agility in the arena. Your health will not increase if you do not have your basic needs to the maximum, which are hunger and thirst. These will help you recover lost energy and regenerate life. Finally, I would like to introduce you to your best friend, the manual. Here you will find all the items that will be available in this season of the games. What they are, how to use them, and where to find them. Next, we will move on to the exploration and adaptation phase, where you will have the opportunity to explore the manual and adapt.
Okay. So there's a little explainer for you. Exactly how the stamina works and the hunger and thirst. You've got to keep those up at the maximum. If you get caught out, could be your demise.
Yeah, you can see as everyone sort of starts spreading out in the room, looking at all the different materials. I assume they are now able to sort of gather those items on the tables, so they can sort of, you know, get to know what each and every one of those things do. And maybe some people are feeling like they just want to get to it, right?
Yeah,
just staring at the door.
I've done enough studying. I'm looking it over, but here you go. Here's the like humongous skill tree. No, George, put it back on the screen.
There it is. Oh, we kind of saw it.
But
yeah,
you can
look
see how
at
big it
this.
is.
Not really.
Fruit Berries, a Minecraft speedrunner, incredibly skilled, incredibly
like
good
flint
at Minecraft
tools
movement and
stuff.
PvP. So
Wait, there's a timer.
how is
We have
that
14
going
seconds.
to how is that going to help him
hell am I doing?
in all of this?
Well, we'll find out in 10 seconds because we're about to get into the first trial here
Remember
at
to
Hunt
click
and
on
Run.
things to craft
Yeah.
them.
technology tree and crafting. You got to stay alive, and you got to do it fast. Building something to eat, eating things, and building something to keep yourself warm and keep your stamina up and keep your thirst up is the imperative.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see how it all works, you know, when it comes to interacting with all of this.
Open your inventory
Wow.
with the E button.
Thanks for telling me how to open my inventory.
There we go. Hey, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Just an FYI.
En tu inventario podrás presionar el botón para abrir el manual. En él podrás ver todo lo que puedes fabricar y conseguir en la arena. También puedes pulsar la tecla G para ver el manual.
La cantimplora también se puede hacer.
That was basically just explaining how to open the manual and use it and read all the information.
Gather a rock to dig gravel.
Right, so this is the first different thing about Minecraft. Usually to dig gravel, you can just punch it with your fist, but in this game mode, you have to punch it with a rock.
Where's the grass?
Yeah, there's so many little different things that are different. You can see Hannah now just trying out the various items, but yeah, a lot of things to basically relearn almost, because it's second nature to pretty much everybody at this point, right? But this is throwing a spanner in the works and then some.
Right, and you can see as Hannah was pacing around there, you could see her stamina bar was already going down, and it was almost like halfway down, and all she was doing was kind of running back and forth in place. So, I mean, that's a little scary. I feel like at this point, I would sort of start to recognize how much stamina I really have. And yeah, you can see here Shadoon is digging gravel to sort of see how to do this. But
everybody is just stealing the blocks.
Yeah, everyone's picking up the flint before him. So. Of course, Minecraft flint rates, you know, they're relatively low. I don't know the exact percentage, but when you dig gravel, you're not 100% chance getting flint. So that's why you got to keep digging and digging and digging until you finally get one.
Right now it's 0% for Shadoon.
Sorry?
0% for Shadoon right now. 0%.
No, I mean,
probability.
I've seen him get a couple, but other people are picking it up in front of him.
It. Hey, that could be a big thing too. Hey, if we go in and people are going to be wanting to steal flint, you get a flint, they're jumping on it straight away to try and steal it away from you. There you go. Finally, Shadoon picks up his own flint. But yeah, I mean, fundamentally understanding all these little things now is going to be really important. They have about 8 minutes, you can see at the top middle of the screen right now, before they end up going in. So just not learning the skill tree completely, but just getting a good idea of like how to progress through it. And, well, you can see already CPK learning quite quickly, it seems. And as you can see how much he's progressed already.
CPK, I mean, awesome, incredible gamer. You know, I promised him I'd say good things about him. Awesome, epic, great. But no, genuinely, he is very good. He's played modded Minecraft before as well, and you can see he already made. I don't know what that crafting bench was called. Maybe it's just called a crafting bench. But you know, as you progress through the skill tree, you can see it turned green, so you would know what you've already accomplished and sort of recognize. And yeah, I mean, he's going through this very quickly. I believe this is a pouch for water, so I mean that's going to be very important, especially once your hydration keeps kind of plummeting. You're gonna need that water. You're gonna need extra water in your inventory.
Yeah, it's always worth, like, especially with survival things, always packing extras, right? If you find yourself in a situation where you're super damaged, we saw in the little intro video, your health won't go up as quickly as it would if you want full HP, full thirst. Like, you got to make sure those are also taken care of too, which is maybe something that some people aren't familiar with. And like you said, CPK, for one of them, has played a lot of modded Minecraft in the past, but this might be their first time actually experiencing this kind of gameplay, especially at this depth too, with the thirst and the hunger meters. So yeah, make sure you keep that at a full, and your stamina as well, because if you get caught out, it very well could be the end of you before you even begin on day number 1.
Absolutely, and you can see Comanche here is looking through, trying to understand how to get to the next to get to the next craft. You can see as he's maybe getting a little flustered with all of the information. And this is bound to happen, guys. I mean, when you're staring at such a big screen of different things you could possibly craft, do, and you know, learn, it's going to get to you. It's going to, and especially with the timer at the top, slowly but surely counting down, it's stressful.
It is, yeah. 100%. Canteen needs to be crafted here. By the looks like George is trying to figure out how that's actually crafted. Yeah, that little crafting bench on the floor is going to be quite important. There you go, there's the canteen. So yeah, it's just about learning as quickly as you possibly can on how to progress through this. Like, and you can see most people kind of get into grips with it. They're on the canteen stage, but as soon as you get in there, you know, panic is going to set in at some point. Whether it's now, whether it's 5 minutes into the challenge, or whether it's 1 minute before the challenge is, or maybe even 30 seconds before it ends. So.
Absolutely.
Everybody's learning at different paces, but getting the basics down is important. And it's just, when it comes down to it, don't panic.
Or do. You know, some people thrive.
Yeah.
Some people thrive in panic. So.
Are you one of those people that thrives under pressure?
No.
Or the opposite?
No. If I panic, I get really shaky, and then next thing you know, well, I throw. So,
Misclicks, throwing? Yeah. No, that's understandable. So you were someone that did the assignments you got from school fairly early?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was the opposite. There's no way.
No.
But I still would panic.
I had to. Yeah, no, I had to do that. I just get very nervous. I'm a very nervous individual. But you know, you can see Sylvie like right here. She's locked in.
Game face for everybody. We saw Hannah Rose a bit earlier on as well. It's just like pure game face, like absorbing as much information as you possibly can.
Absolutely. I know I would be like, I wouldn't be looking at chat. I wouldn't be looking at other people. I wouldn't be talking to them. I'd just be locked in trying to understand what to do.
Exactly.
So it's interesting to see, though, how Sylvia, for example, here was looking at how to make the armor, which when we were watching CPK, he was just trying to go horizontally across the skill tree.
Right.
Meanwhile, Sylvie is trying to go, you know, into these different sort of pockets of the skill tree to see how to craft all those things before she continues moving forward, which I think it's, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'd probably do what Sylvie is doing. I don't know about you. What would you do?
Yeah, I mean, some of those little trees down below seem fairly important, especially like the leather armor and whatnot. Like that is definitely going to help you defend you at some point against various things in this next challenge. But yeah, you got to prioritize. This is what I do: prioritize different things on the skill tree that you think would be the most helpful, and then quickly rush those, and then just continue the skill tree as far as you could possibly go. But it looks like a lot of things end up kind of combining into each other, like these crafting tables, then the sticks turn into the hand drills to make the fire, and then the armor, which is like, there's a med pack as well there. So you're probably going to want to be crafting a few of those before you end up moving on. So don't skip anything that might be deemed, or you deem, fairly important going into it, because there's going to be a lot of surprises, that's for sure. Even the surprises we're not aware of too, to be fair. We only got a small sneak peek. It wasn't anything too crazy.
I agree. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm very curious to see, especially what's further down in the skill tree, because actually, I don't think we've seen anyone get to this point. I'm sure we will once we get to the third trial for the aim trial. But you have to craft your own ammo,
right?
When it comes to, you know, if you end up having guns, right? So like in that regard, that's also very important. I think I would take, you know, your approach of sort of like focusing what I think matters most, which I think is why Sylvie going for armor, I think is a very smart idea, because I think armor is going to be extremely crucial in this.
Yeah, 100%. You at least want a little protection. You don't want to go full glass cannon, right? You don't want to just rush to the very end. You need a little bit to defend yourself with. So armor seems like the most important thing, and then med packs as well, and then some way to, you know, because there's a canteen, so that's going to help you with the thirst. And you can see the thirst meter just at 19 here out of 20, but I can't imagine 19 out of 20 would mean a whole bunch. But like, if you're sub like 10 thirst, that's really going to start to impact your gameplay. Like, you need to be able to micromanage your different meters as well as just kind of learning all this crafting too. And well, Jojo, we've got a minute to go before everybody goes in. It looks like everybody's at least on the fire stage with the amount of fires that are cropping up.
I didn't even realize the time flew by. I mean, everyone, there's only 40 seconds left to really understand what you have to do. Some people haven't even made it all the way down, you know, into the later. I mean, okay, Aldo here obviously has made it to the end, but this is their first piece of armor that they're making, right? So, I mean, there's still a lot to learn, and they weren't given that much time. So, the people who were able to sort of manage what to do I think are going to succeed the most. We're looking at Hannah. She has unlocked a lot of these already. She's made some armor. She's made some tools. I think she's just revising or reviewing everything she's done to make sure she remembers.
And the positions as well of the items, you want to quickly be able to make them. And they're not going to be given to you either. They're not going to be on tables with little baskets. They're going to be around the world. So it's not going to be as easy to gather some of these maps either.
I need some time. I'm so sorry.
Absolutely. I mean, she's saying it too. She's like, chat, love you guys, but I got to lock in.
By digging gravel. And then with flint, you can...
This is why Hannah is one of the best Minecraft competitors when it comes to this.
It's time for the evaluation phase. The trial consists of following the steps in the manual and how quickly you can create the requested elements. The more objects you manage to create, the more points you will obtain in the trial. Good luck, guys.
Ow.
That's it. Plain and simple.
Oh my gosh.
The further you progress in the tree, the more points you get.
So for the audience who maybe is just now tuning in, this was just a slight tutorial before the trial. So everyone had, 10 to 15 minutes. I already forgot how long exactly they had, to sort of get to know the skill tree. But now they got to lock in. Now it's the real deal. Now they have to do the absolute quickest they possibly can in order to move forward with the trials.
I'll just say, there were like 50 people trying to go to the wrong door. Like, it's the other door. Like, you got to lock in. It looks like we're going to start in just about 15 seconds, Jojo. And everybody has to get familiar with the terrain too. Just kind of remember where the gravel is. You got to remember where the grass is. 10 seconds. First trial coming up. This is the tech tree and crafting survival trial. Get as far as you can in the skill tree. The more points you gain, the better chance you have of surviving this first day. And here we go. It's underway. Rocks need to be collected, gravel needs to be mined, and grass needs to be collected.
They are slowly... Oh, it seems like it's slowly coming out here. But there it is. I mean, I think the biggest play here is to make sure you're not directly next to other people. Because if someone picks up your items, it can just make it easier for them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people will be sniping that, that flint for sure. And it might be worthwhile as well, like, if you're looking around, you can kind of pay attention to people in your vicinity too, just to see where they are in the skill tree. Well, it looks like there's flint already on board, and then, yeah, grass needs to be collected, and slowly but surely now you can see these tech trees being filled out. And the speed in the crafting here is a little bit crazy. This is doing your homework, is what that is.
Chat's a bit laggy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean... Yeah, you could see that maybe a little bit of lag is affecting how they perform here, but it's still fair. Everyone is lagging the same, right? So
plant fiber collected.
No, va fatal, no puedo pillar nada. O sea,
oh no. Okay, I don't want to get bogged on the flint stage. I'm just saying. Oh, take the flint. It's right there.
Oh, there was a flint back there.
There was a flint.
No. Right there, right next to you. There we go, she picked one up.
Good. And you're going to be panicking too as well, Jojo, right? You see other people like progressing super far, making items you've not yet seen. Like, there's a massive sense of urgency, along with all the other players kind of around you doing their own separate things. And you know, crafting is all too well, but you got to think of the game ahead later too. Armor, med packs, like the canteen for water, getting food too to keep that high, just conserving your stamina. There's loads of small things everybody's going to have to pay attention to, and it's going to be tough keeping all those things in mind without going a little bit crazy.
Absolutely. I mean, I know I would be freaking out right now if I wasn't able to get a flint within 5 seconds. I immediately would have started freaking out. I think it's just one of the. It's like a luck thing. It's an RNG thing, but it's also a case of just stress-inducing things. Like as soon as you see other people sort of advance in front of you, that's what causes the stress. So, my goodness. I mean, you know, best of luck to everyone. It seems like they need to find... actually, I think they have everything in their inventory. Yeah. They had everything there to craft their next step, and they didn't get to it.
They might be stockpiling sticks, so they kind of know how many sticks they need. So it's like, okay, so I need 10 sticks for the next 2 items. I need 15 sticks for the next 3, and like later down the line. And they're just getting them all now and then quickly like spamming out some recipes. But of course, starting off, you need that flint, you need the sticks, you need the grass, and then you can kind of go from there. It's going to be a little bit difficult to track who is in the lead. So as we jump around different POVs, expect people to be at different levels of this skill tree. I wonder how far people can actually get, because we're almost halfway through right now, and it looks like some people are still kind of struggling to either get not just the flint, but like the sticks and everything else. And the leather too, as well, mind you. I haven't seen anybody with that just yet.
That's the thing, right? Because while they were in their practice area, you are able to basically infinitely get all your items. Right. But now they're realizing, oh wait, there's a little bit of RNG to this. You gotta dig up some stuff and hope that you get what you need.
Yeah, you can see they're trying to make a canteen. This is the CPK trying to get some fabric and leather, trying to get all that sorted, get the canteen, refill your thirst, and then go from there. Feinberg on your screen right now, very quickly and efficiently just mining these resources. A full stack of tools already, by the way.
You need leather as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I think this route is probably the smartest because Feinberg seems to have made the flint tools, and I think people are depending too much on the fact that if you dig gravel with a rock, it drops flint. But if you dig gravel with a flint tool, I'm sure that also gives you flint, and it's faster.
Feinberg is
and that's
fast.
I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, the crafting ability that Feinberg has is insane. This is the skills that you gain from being a Minecraft speedrunner, guys. That's all it takes.
Yeah, knowing exactly what you need too is super important. So gathering like multiple sets of materials at once, it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but you can see in the crafting speed too from Feinberg, you know, studying the book, not the blade, but studying the book, making sure they know exactly where each individual one of the mats go, and then yeah, crafting multiple things at once. Canteen, super important, like we mentioned before. Feinberg's already on that. Got hardened clay as well. Cook the clay to harden it, then they can go from there.
Absolutely. I mean, here we go. We see Esprin is on their way to making their flint tools, which, again, this is the smartest thing. See, if you dig it with a shovel, it's faster, and it seemed like there was a higher rate of dropping. I mean, yeah, I mean, just from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's a lot faster to dig with that. So I think the flint tools is absolutely the move here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hopefully...
full set of flint tools now. The axes, the spears, everything. As you see, Hannah takes a quick swing from the canteen, just refilling that thirst meter. Looks like the fire starter is up next for Hannah.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if the audience or you have been able to tell so far, but you know, your thirst is going down.
Yeah.
Or I guess technically going up because you're more thirsty, but you know,
the thirst meter.
Necessity for water.
Oh, I need more sticks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, you know, you gotta be sure you keep up with all of that while you are also crafting, while you're also taking care of your stamina. Look at Hannah's bar. Her stamina is about to go out, and she can't sprint anymore.
Yeah.
So she's tired. She's like very slowly jumping.
Where's my
Yeah, it's
pickaxe?
like,
Should I, like,
okay,
mine
you can
iron? I
speed
feel
around the
like
whole map, but you got to
that would
conserve
be
some of
kind
that stamina too
interesting,
for more
no?
important things. Large cavern being discovered here as well. And look, we got 3 minutes left. Like, some of these people aren't even through like half of the skill tree. You can see how far it extends to the right-hand side. A big set of tools, like you mentioned, Jojo, is going to be fairly important, but only some people are only just getting to that now. And the more recipes you unlock, the more points you'll have too. So we'll have a very good idea in the next few minutes how far some people are along.
Absolutely. Oh, it seems like if you hold tab, it might show how many points people already have.
Oh,
So
yeah,
maybe it's a
quick
wake-up
flash.
call for some of the players who are maybe in the lower half. They
Oh,
gotta
no! Was that only a
they gotta start
couple?
locking in.
Okay. I think Mr. Soki only had a few things actually completed. Might be one of the ones in closer to last place right now. I don't think they've even got a crafting bench down. So yeah, pedal to the metal. With 2 minutes to
Oh
go.
no. It seemed like they were digging the leaves with the wrong item. I believe you need to dig gravel with a rock and then dig grass or leaves, I guess, with flint. So maybe that's what's slowing them down.
It's tough. Added
Added
pressure. Of course, you want as many points as you can, but you know, you can forego maybe this first trial if you didn't feel too confident in it, and maybe feel more confident in your skills in parkour or aim or whatever later on. But every point does matter in this first day, with 20 people being eliminated. 1 minute and 30 to go, though. It's getting pretty tight. It's getting pretty tight in terms of timing.
100%. I mean, this is where you got to start looking at the tab list and seeing where you are and if you're good. I mean, we see Hannah. Hannah's placement is in 9th with 24 points so far.
Good
so
place.
I think she's chilling. I mean, she just got another point, so I definitely think she's
Give
doing
me that
well.
back, you noob. Okay, whatever.
Wait, no, they stole. That's what you were saying
habit. It's a
earlier.
force
Like,
of
you
habit,
could
guys.
just
It's a
straight up
force of habit.
steal people's stuff. Like, hey, I'll take that as a free progression point for me.
Right, exactly.
You have obtained clay. You can cook it in the fire.
Wow, but you know,
Dude,
I mean,
my fire is
she
gone.
is
Someone
kind of
took my
flying through. She's
fire.
still in 9th place. Oh, just kidding. She's in 7th place now, so that just put her up 2 places.
making wooden
And
signs and
with
shit. I'm
only
making
40
wooden
seconds left, I mean, you just gotta lock in and try to get 1 or 2 more points
Yeah,
before it's
just
over.
get some easy ones. I think Hannah said they were just making a sign there. Just get some easy points on the
broke
board,
it? Oh.
and just
I'm making,
hope
like,
that
wooden
people
signs.
below you aren't catching up.
Okay.
Because the more you get used to it, you know,
How do you do
it
that?
was a 10-minute
Door?
trial
Let's
with
make a
20
door.
seconds to go. Like, people are going to be speed running through these,
make
especially some of those speed runners.
Pressure
Funnily enough,
plate.
There it is. Yeah,
pressure
I
plate,
mean,
quick make. Last 10
those are
seconds to
these
go.
are all the extra little points just count for so much because she just went from 11th place up to 7th again. We're looking at Harry
Is this
here
gonna cook?
in 2nd place.
I didn't cook in time. Oh no!
Oh wow.
Didn't get that extra point.
I've no idea.
Oh my
But
word!
Feinberg is honestly going to be one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, even it's saying there as well. Feinberg probably one of the better competitors, especially in this kind of mode.
Absolutely. I mean, when it comes to inventory management, Feinberg's the GOAT. Everyone knows it.
Oh yeah.
Please wait till the start of the second trial.
So that was the first trial. Just like that.
10 minutes. That's all you get. No mistakes afforded.
No mistakes allowed.
Nope. The next trial,
That
just
is
as a quick
intense.
heads up, is going to be the parkour trial, so agility and risk course, which we did have a quick fly through a little bit earlier on, but obviously when we get into it, we'll see the entire course and see how far people can make it. Everybody is now rejoined the main room.
We're looking at Amph, who is placed at 175th, but they're not in the lower 20.
It's true.
Right? They just need to perform at least a little bit better from here on out to secure not being in the last 20, of placement, because that's what's going to put you, into that death match. Curryway. Love Curryway. 11th place. I mean, Minecraft speedrunners just have it in the bag when it comes to crafting. I mean, their inventory management, being able to pick up on how to get things, they all sort of understand.
27 points. Kyrie saying there maybe 31's kind of the highest placement you could have gotten there, because of course it gets so much more complicated, like the recipes, the crafting later on. So there's, I wouldn't say there's a soft cap, but it very much feels like there would be in that kind of arena. So everybody was trying to just, you saw Hannah making a pressure break, making a sign, just getting some of the really basic ones down. And Curio at 27 points. I mean, Feinberg's got to be up there near the top of the leaderboard. Obviously, we'll when we do zip back to his BOV, we'll have a little look. But 27 points, that is a lot. That's quite a golf too, considering 175th was only 8 points.
It's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, we see on the screen that some people's stars. Feinberg had 30 stars. You see that on the right above his name, or his body. But yeah, I mean, Feinberg, the GOAT. Shadoon with 31. I don't know what we're looking at.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Ultimate stream. All good.
I pretend I didn't see. Shadoon, my GOAT. I mean, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but he is incredible. You know, primarily Spanish speaking, but he is trilingual. So, you know, he knows Spanish, English, French. So, I mean, he's got a lot of skills. All right.
A lot of skills in and out of the game. 30 points. Shadoon there.
And that puts him in third place.
Who is
interesting?
Sorry, who is number 1 and number 2? Shadoon got 31.
Maybe it's a case of they tied at 31.
True, yeah. You're feeling pretty safe up here at third place if you're Shadoon right now. You're feeling pretty cozy.
It's true. We see El Rich here is another person also at 31 points.
Yeah, so tied there. Not bad at all. There were some people obviously in just the single digit, but hitting 31 in that first game is pretty wild. So we are of course just waiting for the second trial to commence. Shouldn't be too much longer though if you're just chilling, waiting around here. And don't forget, hashtag TR feed on your favorite social media site, or on X.com or Twitter.com, whatever you want to call it, and you can appear on the broadcast.
Absolutely.
Tell us
I
who
mean,
you're
I'm sure everyone who's doing well is feeling good, but you know, everyone who's in the lower half, maybe they're starting to feel, you know, the fire. They're starting to be like, okay, gotta lock in for the next one, and the next one is the agility course, so it's going to be parkour, and taking care of your stamina.
Yeah, and that's the big thing too. It mattered a little bit, I'd say, in the first trial, but like this one is where you're really going to get put to the test at the end of the day. Like, the stamina management is going to be, it could be pretty tough. There's probably going to be obstacles there that's kind of slow you down. So making sure you're regenerating stamina when you're hitting the slow periods and using the new crawl tech as well. Of course, being modded Minecraft, there's going to be a little bit of fun and risk to this as well. It's not just a parkour course. There's maybe some dangerous obstacles out there too.
It's true. There's also the whole other dimension of knowing when you have to crawl.
Right.
Because the new crawl feature, you know, usually you can't just go one block high in Minecraft, right? So that's also going to play a part in this, in being able to get in through sneaky little areas and know when you have to crawl. We are looking at Revent, who is 197th. Oh no!
4 points to their name. I mean, oh no, Spock as well. 4 points to their name too. Tied up. All good. Still 3 more trials to go, so you can clutch it out. No need
It's
to
true.
worry.
There's 3 more trials. It's not the end, all right? Maybe your strong suit isn't crafting, but maybe your strong suit is aim and shooting guns and clicking on people's heads, all right? Because it's highly probable that a lot of people are very good at that, and they're going to clutch up, and they're going to jump a lot in placement. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Oh, man. Hey, gang, it's Kate here, and boy, whether you are a fan of any of these streamers, I'll tell you what, this has already been excellent gameplay. We'll chat guessing with Duncan. Well, it's finished for today. Check out the Duncan leaderboard to see your placement. A friendly Twitch staff will reach out to confirm prizes for the top 10 scorers. Come back for the next Twitch Rivals for your chance to play and win. And chat, it's time for a Duncan run. For a limited time, get a $1 donut, $2 stuffed bagel minis, or $3 sausage, egg, and cheese with your medium or large coffee purchase. Terms apply. America runs on Dunkin'. Now, as we talk about this game so far, I'll say, JoJo, Jaws, let's jump back into gameplay. That second trial, it's definitely about to get underway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah, here we go. There's only about 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. As we can see here, Jojo, up in the beautiful stands, us just kind of vibing and chilling with chat, enjoying the competition so far.
Absolutely. We're just watching as our friends, our peers, fight to the death, and we just get to chill here, watch them do it.
That's my favorite activity on the weekend: watching my friends fight to the death.
All right. I don't know how you like to spend your free time, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure with that counter, that minute left on the clock, it's making feel everyone a little bit stressed. I know I would be, especially if I'm in the bottom 50. I'm gonna start feeling a little bit of the fire. But you know, you got to start locking in. I'm excited to see how the agility is going to treat our friends here today. And yeah, I mean, I just hope at the end of the day, everyone is having a good time, chatting it up, you know, becoming friends with new people, learning a little bit of English for the Spanish speakers and learning a little bit of Spanish for the English speakers. You know, before you get to see 20 of your friends disappear before you.
Yeah, 20 of your new friends disappear before your eyes. This is so sad. This is so sad. F's in chat. 20 seconds to go. And remember, the players obviously haven't seen